Good evening, SBC. Good evening, SBCC. Good evening, BSL. And good evening to all points in between. Welcome to the January 11th, 2022 edition of SBC Tuesday Talk. Glad that you decided to spend your Tuesday night with us. We thank you so much, and we do not take it for granted. Thank you so much. And I am your host, Mr. Mike Walker. Glad to have y'all here. Glad to have everyone here. Well, let's do the salutations, as we got a lot of good folks gonna be here tonight. Hey, Miss Ty, glad to have you here. Theodora, hey there. Anderson Cooley, glad to have you. I think this is your first time here. Glad to have you here, brother. Brother McKeever, I'm so sorry about last night. glad to have you here. Miss Sherry, glad to have you here. Brother Reginald, good to see you, sir. Sister Deborah, good evening to you. Kitty McCat, hola to you. Andrea, howdy do. Miss Mason, glad to have you here. Nina, good to have you here. Kirsten, glad to have you here. I'm so sorry I missed you, but you're gonna see why I did. Or at least gonna find out why I did in a few minutes. Stacy Burton, so glad to have you here. Leslie, good to have you. Crystal Smith, glad to have you. And Leslie Roof again, glad to have you here. Okay, as you can tell, the StreamYard link is in the is pinned in the comment section. At least for now, I am solo, but it's all of us doing the show together. But if you would like to jump in and join us, just click on the link, follow the directions, and you'll be sitting up here with us, though. So glad to have y'all here. Let me see. One other thing. Okay, first things first. I address this first right here. Okay, folks, I hadn't been feeling good. I had not been feeling good. And it started about nearly a week ago. This being weak, fatigued, and everything. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what it was because I haven't been tested. Okay. But I do feel better. I'm not 100% yet, but I do feel better. Real probably feel a whole lot better though. Just once I get past the tiredness, I'm fine though. But everything is picking up though. No congestion, no trouble breathing. The breathing has been fine. Everything, good appetite, getting fatter, and everything. Just again, I solicit your prayers, but I'm fine though. But still, hey, prayers are good. And again, I respect the person's right to if they want to be vaccinated or not, though. But speaking as a person who has been vaxxed, hey, I do it all over again. So, but thank you all so much. And again, this prayer, pray while I'm on the convalescent situation. Okay. And we're gonna get started though. Oh, I know we got some comments about that. So let's see. Yeah, I do. I feel a whole lot better. Yes, Keisha, glad to have you here. Thank you for your prayer. Oh, goodness. We'll talk about that, Leslie Ruth. Okay. Wait, what else? Sick and shut in list. Yeah, everybody get me on the sick and shut in list. It's a lot. Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay. Okay. And again, if anyone would like to join us, you can just simply click on the link in the comment section. And I know I have someone. I have Brother Marcus with us. How you doing, Brother Marcus? You need to unmute. And you still need to unmute. Okay, we got.
I got late. I got notifications, so I apologize for that one here.
Okay.
But how are you doing? How are you doing?
Okay, doing good. I'll make, like the old folks say, I'm fair to middling.
There you go.
I'm fair to middling. So, okay, let's get started though, folks. Let's get started. A lot of y'all came here to see about the topic that we're having today. And before we go any further, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share. Do that for us, okay? Do that
in no particular order.
Well, yeah, okay. But here you go with the first topic. Okay, here you go right here. Do men set the tone for the relationship? Again, and especially we got a lot of ladies out there, so definitely let us know in the comment section what you think. Do men set the tone for the relationship? So, and well, me and Marcus will definitely tackle that, and you'll see how I came to this conclusion, or at least came to this topic. And it's a little brief video clip. It's less than 3 minutes long. So make sure you turn up your volume and listen to what this brother has to say. And then we'll go from there, okay?
Tone of a relationship, the woman creates the atmosphere of it.
Love it.
So if a man goes in and he sets a tone, I had to set a new tone in my house, which now the tone that I'm setting, Kim creates the atmosphere for. I get home, it's peace in there. It's welcoming in there. It's warm in there. You know, sometimes I go in there, good pot of beans cooking, you know, and because the atmosphere is right. But it didn't, I at first was expecting her to set the atmosphere so it can change my tone. But I'm the man in this relationship. So the man has to go in, set a new tone in his house, and watch that woman create an atmosphere. She can't even help herself. Wow. She created to create an atmosphere for you. That's the way God wired her. And because your tone is off, and your harshness is there, and you don't quite understand who she is, the Bible says, husband, dwell with your wife according to knowledge. Learn who your wife is. Learn what make her tick. Learn who she is from the origin, the genesis of who she is. Down in her childhood, go back there. If she deals with anxiety, go find out who is dealing with anxiety in her family. Is it a hereditary thing? How many generations she been dealing with that thing? Because now when you understand, when you dwell with her according to understanding, then you can set the right tone, she'll create the right atmosphere, and your house will flow. But don't expect for her to change if you don't. No, it starts with you, brother. Yeah. You got to set the right tone in there.
You talking, man.
Set the right tone. Watch how your house feel. You got to go in and do something different, because she is a reflection of who you are. My grandfather would say, I can tell if your marriage is out of whack. You ask a man, he going to say, oh, yeah, we good, Pastor. We good. They do that right now, Reverend. Man, how things going? Oh, we good. Men give highlights. We good, man. No, you got to go to that woman, because a woman going to reflect you. You go to that woman, ask her, she's going to start talking. Reverend, pray for him. He pray for him. He need prayer. Pray for us. She ain't giving off no secrets. The vault is still locked. Right. But she just letting you know that my code is getting timed out now. You know, you need to go in here and fix something, because in a little bit, I'm going to open my vault.
Have you ever noticed, man, that was so awesome. That's so awesome. Guys, if you're listening to that's free counseling session. I mean, you should get your spouse and rewind that and listen to it over and over again.
Okay, folks, let's see what the comment section is saying. And of course, yes, Leslie, I know he was mostly referring to marriage, but I was going to try to kind of link the two together. Kimberly Bessie, for sure, we follow and lead. Tiffany says, I think people set the tone of the relationship, male and female. That's something right there. Jelly says, I believe so, as far as the original question is concerned. Les Ruth said, yes, we match your energy. Let's see what else. Nina says, I think the man does set the tone. Okay. Andrea Jenkins says, yes, we pick up on his vibe. We sense when things aren't going well and when the shift is in the opposite direction takes place. That's interesting. Lift them up, Pastor. Yep. Keisha says, sometimes the dominant personality sets the tone. Now that's the part right there. And sometimes that dominant personality isn't necessarily the man. You got some sisters out there with very, 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 very dominant personalities. Okay, that's a good question. Sister Tone, I know people where the woman seems more dominant, but it works for them. Hey, David Chandler, I believe men set the tone and women match it. That's a good one right there. Messina Mason, men end up wanting to do the leaning with, I think she meant to say leading, with no responsibility. Okay, Miss Mason, explain that for us. Explain that for us, though. Okay, Kitty McCat says, while I agree with knowing your spouse, I think it's mutual. One cannot set the tone or create peace in a household without the other party being on board. Okay, Leslie said, yes, if he's ghosting, call me Casper. Okay.
Oh, that Leslie.
Nina says, in dating, the man sets the tone on getting married. Not many women are getting down on one knee. Well, sir, okay. So Marcus, I'm going to ask you this. This is a simple question since you're the male here. Well, both of us rather. Do men really set the tone for the relationship? You've been in relationships before. Did you set the tone?
You're right on a few things to point out. Cheers to you. I didn't have a drink glass or a Sprite can anyway to cheer with you. But you're right to point out one thing. I've been in relationships before. To answer your simple question, it requires a simple answer, right? It is mutual. Men and women set the tone for each other. It's a mutual thing. And one thing's for certain, in my own personal experience in a relationship, I think I kind of led by example by trying to set the tone for my ex-girlfriend at one point in time. And it went well for a long time, maybe about 4, 5, maybe 6 months. But I mean, halfway into a full year anyway. But like one comment has said, if it starts to shift in the opposite direction, it could be proven. It could be proven a bad recipe for disaster as it goes anyway. But as far as setting the tone here, if men want to lead by example, they can set the tone for that special someone, just to spruce up everything in the kitchen or in the living room or in the bedroom, whatever have you. Because as studies show, men and women tend to mimic each other, match the energy, so to speak. So I don't think it's just a man thing. I don't think it's just a manly thing. It could also be a woman thing. So, case in point. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. You're gonna have to, and I'm serious. You're gonna have to point me to this study after at least during the after part or something like that, because I like to read up on
I'll definitely point that out to you.
Yeah, I like reading up on stuff like that. Now let's do a little refreshing. Again, earlier said Messina Mason said men end up wanting to do the leading with no responsibility. And of course, I asked her, well, how did she arrive to that Conclusion, and here is her response. There are men who act like they cannot learn. They choose to be lazy whether or not they have a disability.
Ooh.
And again, I'll read it one more time. There are men who act like they cannot learn. They choose to be lazy whether or not they have a disability.
And that right there,
But
I don't know about it.
wait.
Or you want to say something, Mike?
I'm gonna give you Kitty McCat's response to this, though.
Okay.
There are lazy men and women. And then it's not just one gender. It could be both, you know. So but let's look at the other comments though. Kirsten said, I agree with Keisha, okay. Tiffany says, what I heard from this man in a nutshell was as long as the man feels respected, he will pour into the relationship. Just what I read from the video. Okay, and that could be. So, well, let me ask you this, Marcus. When you were respected in the relationship, how much were you willing to pour into the relationship?
That is a good question right there. That is a good question. How much will I want to pour in the relationship? I would say not. I would say not 100%. I would say not 100% because if you would tend to go back on, I would say if miraculous inventions happen, you will have a time machine. You probably go back to 2016 to 2017. Sometimes pouring 100% for me didn't work out very well. I would say, like the question says, do men set the tone? If I reverse back to what I said before, you gotta match each other. You gotta meet me halfway. If I pour in 50%, she's gotta match me with it. So that if 150% doesn't work out and she doesn't match me, it just don't work out in the relationship for me.
But let me ask you this though, and I ask you this quick. Does it has to be 50-50? Could it be 55 on you and 45 on her?
You know, sometimes, to me personally, it's 50-50. But if she wants me to add the extra juice, as they say, if she want me to put like, I'd say 2.5%. I'll put in 2.5, no problem with that. But 55-45, I can see that much. If you want me to put extra effort in it, if you want me to put extra salt and pepper into the stew, guess what? I'll put the extra on that one, so it'll be more tasteful.
Well, I'll use Lowry's. But anyway, Sasha Doja said, good answer, Marcus. It's a partnership. A man leads by example, but his lady has to be willing to follow his lead. That's pretty good right there, Sis Doja. Reginald Balder says, if the relationship is leaning serious, then by all means, the man has to take the lead. It's how the foundation is built that makes the relationship. Definitely. And you know, I used to say this all the time, and I say it again, that I'm not hung up about who approaches who. You know, people said the man has to approach the woman first, but I don't see anything wrong with a woman approaching the man. But I say this, if the woman does approach the man, let her intentions known that, hey, she's interested in him, then that's when the man should take over from that point right there. Then he should lead the relationship. So that's just me right there. So, I wonder anybody else. Jelly says, I got to click on you, Jelly. Jelly says, one has to set the tone aka lead. I'm interested in following a leading man. Ah,
Nothing wrong with
Jelly,
that. Nothing wrong with that.
Jelly, a leading man, not a supporting actor, right?
I think
Yeah.
that's what she's saying right there.
Yeah.
Hashtag set the foundation.
Okay. The original says both can have input, but the man should make the final thought. So, and folks, do y'all agree with that? The final thought? Because sometimes, well, I guess that can work, but sometimes the woman your mate might know more, might have a better answer. I don't know. That's pretty good. Deborah Salazar. Once a relationship is started, the man continues to set the tone within the union. But a woman also sets the tone for how a man treats her and behaves toward her. Okay, folks, brothers out there, you are watching. Make sure you're taking notes now. These are some good notes now. This is a good one right here. I'll read it again. Once a relationship is started, the man continues to set the tone within the union, but a woman also sets the tone for how a man treats her and behaves toward her. So, brothers, we have a job to do. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be honest, maybe a little transparent, though. It might get me in trouble, though. But there have been times, though, that I I just say it, pursued a woman, finally got her, and then I rested upon my laurels. Like, well, I got her now. Do I need to do anything else? Wrong answer. Wrong answer. No, the things you had to do to get her and to finally obtain her, well, guess what? You got to do those things to maintain the relationship. Like, well, put it in street terms. Don't start something and that you're not going to continue doing. So, go ahead, Marcus. You had something to say?
And I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said. When you say do I need to do anything else? Like you said, that's the wrong answer. That's definitely the wrong answer. It's like one person has said, as an expert, she says it's time to do the work. It's not like when you go into a relationship, it's not a part-time job. It is not a part-time job.
Say that, Marcus, brother Will Banks. Say that part again. Please repeat that.
Let me say this one more time so everybody will listen to me. When you go into a relationship, it is not, I repeat, not a part-time job. It's not a 3 to 8, 4 to 9 type of bit anyway. A relationship is no matter if it's a dating relationship or even a casual or even going to marriage, or even if you have to co-parent, so to speak. All right, when you have the co-parent with your child's mother, it's a 24/7 job. 24/7. Every person needs attention. Every person needs attention for that matter. So in any relationship, at any level, you got to put in the work.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold up. But let me put this up here. Wait, what was that?
Okay. Yeah, that's my phone vibrating.
I thought you ate too many beans. But well, we had a lot of comments. I think Joyce Sutton, I think she disagreed with you that it's not a 24-hour, a full-time job.
It's not a full. I don't think it's a part-time job. I don't think she says I think she meant about the part-time part. I'm not sure. What do you say, Miss Joyce? Are you agreeing or disagreeing that I says a relationship is not a part-time job?
Okay. Before you go in for Tiffany, I put the link back in.
Okay.
I put the link back in. So, okay. Let me get to this while we're waiting on Sis Tiffany. Ooh, we got a lot of folks in. That's good. This is great. Let me see what I pick off at. Sister Joe said, the man leads to turn it on. Think of it like a radio. The man turns on the radio. The woman should be able to tune it into a good station. Both should be able to focus with the antennas. God is the batteries or the power cord. Interesting analogy, Sister Fortenberry. That's pretty good right there. And Minister Valder says, although you have some ladies that act like it was the man idea, makes him think it was all him, but in reality, it was all her. Andrea says it's all about knowing what you want and fostering that in a relationship. Y'all coming with this smoke tonight. I like that though. Sonia Neal says, I think the men should set the tone because the woman want to know they are wanted and loved. Most women give what is given back as long as it's done respectfully. So, Sonia Neal, let me ask you this. Now, I know results vary. Again, I know results may vary though, but how would you know? And I just say this to you, Sonia Neal. How would you know? Well, how would you like to know that you are wanted? What gesture that would let you know, hey, this man wants me? Let us know in the comment section. This is pretty good right here. Okay. Leslie says no respect. No, Leslie. I'm Casper. That means she's ghosted. Okay. Okay, dear.
Typical Casper.
She warned y'all. Okay. Reginald says, well, once again, it's how the friendship began. If she was not respecting him or her going forward, things are not going to change. It's in all how you build the house. Okay. Nina says, tell him. And then Sister Doja, Mike, why can't it be 100%? If both given 100%, then it's a relationship destined for greatness to me. Good point, Sister Doja. I could roll with that. I could roll with that. I think that's pretty good. Okay. And we got hold on. And we got hey Tiffany, how you doing?
Yeah.
I am fantabulous. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
We're good.
Doing fantastic.
Good. So I wanted to pop in. I got a question and probably two comments. So the question I have is when we're talking about a man setting the tone of the relationship or leading the relationship, what's the definition that we're using for leading? And the reason I asked that question is because we had the statement of, he has the final thought or he makes the decision. So like, what does leading look like? I would love to hear y'all's perspective.
Well, for me, leading is, one, I like to say lead by example, being the leader that we claim that we want ourselves to be viewed upon as, being the leader, making wise decisions, but also not, what is it? I'm just going to use you and I, Tiffany, for an example. If you and I were in a relationship and we're making a decision, I won't sit there and say, well, I'm right. All that I say is word and everything. I would definitely seek what you had to say. Okay. Then we compare notes. We would compare notes. I said, you know what? Oh, Tiffany, right. Okay. And I said, well, darling, this is what we're going to do. You were absolutely right. I believe a good leader is not ashamed to seek advice because no one knows everything. You and I work together in this group, these live streams and everything. Don't I get on your nerves asking you to help me at everything else?
You
I
don't
don't.
get on my nerves, but you ask. But you ask.
Okay, I no one knows everything though,
Mhm,
and we like to throw the term help meet around. You know, she's my help meet. I believe we will be each other's help meet.
mhm,
But again, I feel that the man should be the priest, especially if we're talking about marriage. He's the
mhm,
priest of the household. And he leads, is his responsibility to protect the household and
mhm,
to see and nurture about not only the missus, but the little offsprings that's running around as well.
mhm.
And that is how I believe a man should lead. He should be the prayer warrior. I mean, everybody should be praying, but
Mhm.
he needs to pray.
Mhm.
You know, and one other thing is me and my wife, if I had one, if we had company, I wouldn't be just sitting at the table while she's sweating around serving everybody. Well, guess what? She and I both would be serving our company. That's how you do it. Or if she's not feeling well, I take it upon myself to serve the food. I hope they have some Pepto Bismol, but I hope, you know.
I'm gonna ask who cooking. I want to know who cooking.
So that's my answer, Tiffany Murphy. So
No, but you actually segued into my comment. Because
okay.
like Marcus, when you said relationships are 50-50, and then somebody said that why can't they be 100-100? And I say this quite frequently, but to me, relationships are like a delicate dance of give and take. No
Mhm.
day are you going to give. At no point are you going to walk into a relationship and be like, I'm 100 and you're 100. It's not going to happen. So, because there are going to be some days when I'm having the crappiest day of all, and I need you to give me a little bit more than 50%. There may be some days where you have a day where I got to give you a little more than 50%. So I think, I mean, you have to balance against each other. Like the scale shouldn't always be tipped, but the scale has to be able to flex back and forth. So that's just my two
Mhm.
cents.
No, and I like what you said though, because it goes to Messina Mason said it should be 50-50. Everyone brings to the table all that you have. Well, like I brought up to Marcus earlier, I
Mhm.
said, is it really possible for someone to have an even 50-50? Is that truly possible? Again, somebody gonna come up short.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody may be 51-49,
Mm-hmm.
45-55. I don't think that's too bad right there, personally.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But now we talking about 80-20.
Whew.
But the thing is, but then it goes back to there may be a day that, I mean,
Mm,
it can flex that way at some. Okay, so prime example, you
mhm.
weren't feeling well, right? So if you were in a relationship with somebody and you guys are always like, okay, well, I'm gonna call you, da 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 da, everything's always balanced. You're not feeling well. She may
Right.
have to pour a little bit more in to make sure that you're okay. And if the tables were turned, you would have to pour a little more in to make sure that
She's
she's okay.
she's okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay then. That's and I think that's how that would work out though. I think we would have to reach deep in our pocket to say,
Hmm.
here you go, you're sick. Let me take care of you. I get what you're
Hmm.
saying though. Marcus, what say you? Wait. Let me see what must see. See, she needed to be
Oh,
on this
oh,
panel.
real quick
Why
before
do
you
they?
do that one, I was gonna say
Yeah,
real
go
quick,
ahead.
David's comment that was just up there. That was actually gonna be my third comment.
Okay.
Was when we talked about as far as like taking like the man gets the final thought, or like that particular part. My thought on that is exactly his thought on that. If my spouse is strong in an area, I'm willing to kind of flex and say, hey, you might be like the financial guru, work that out. Or, I might be the home buying expert. Let me lead. So I mean, kind of back and forth. So that was gonna be my last statement. So
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty good right there. That is actually pretty good. That's like a sports team, especially a football team. You know, the head coach may know everything though, but it's good for him to have an offensive coordinator as well as a defensive coordinator and everyone
even though
else to help.
Alabama's didn't show up, but go ahead.
I'm not an Alabama fan, so
Me neither.
so
Me neither.
Dog, let's try to be witty.
no,
No. My team have already won their bowl game, so just thought I'd let you know.
Okay, so they acting like they like attention. Well, Messina though, what kind of fellas are you meeting though? I mean, I have to kind of act. I'm not being rude or crude or whatever, but you giving us males hell tonight though. Why do they take so long making their choices? They're acting like they like I mean, you need to come to the after party or do something. We need to talk about this though.
I was gonna say to her defense, to y'all's defense, I'm like, don't ask me where to eat at because I'm gonna take too long to make that same decision.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible at that.
Terrible.
I ain't even gonna lie.
I'm the one that's planning the date, and I don't know until the last minute. So that's a dangerous game, though. So, well, Tiffany Murphy says, "Oh wow, somebody else named Tiffany Murphy in the."
What is I know her? And she has the same thought I have. Oh my gosh!
Wow, small
an
world,
amazing human being.
I know, and there's the consistency.
I think we know who that was right there.
What Jelly says, that's right, Mike, and it's because you set the foundation. One having more knowledge doesn't depict who. Ooh, ain't that the truth right there? Yes,
that's good, Jelly. That's good.
Yes, and Josette says, a relationship is not a job to me. It's a pleasurable experience, and it needs to be cleaned. And I like that. And it needs to be cleaned and shined up every now and then.
With some pine salt with that one, Josette?
Absolutely, Josette. That is well said. Well said, girl.
Okay. Jelly says my having more knowledge in a certain area makes me a great helpmeet. He can still lead without feeling any less. Yes, that's what's working. Stacy says the man definitely sets the tone. Let him be checked out in any way or capacity. He is not checking back in, period. A woman is more flexible and will adjust to how she perceives him leading. Okay, they coming on here. And listen to Red Lipstick Vibes. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget, or she gonna come to your house, and you don't want that to happen. Trust me, you don't.
Don't come to my house, Red Lipstick. Don't come to my house. I already know what to do.
Now, D. Giles says verbal display of affection and consistency. Okay, and we now David Chandler, the friendship sets the course for the rest of the relationship. Which how y'all feel about that? That's interesting.
I have to agree because to me that's the foundation.
Totally agree.
Okay.
And when I hear friendship, I think about the way you guys interact with each other. That's what I hear when I hear the word friendship. So if all the distractions are gone, can we still tolerate each other? Like, are we always going somewhere and we're always doing something? Or can we just sit on the couch and exist and be okay?
Well, and you know what? That's one of the worst things is just to live to exist, with no goals or aspirations. And I think a relationship without goals and aspirations is one of the worst things you could ever be in. What's the point?
No, I agree with you on that.
Don't date without a purpose. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I agree with that. I kind of use that example because me and my cousin had this conversation a while back, and he's married, so we were talking about it. And he was like, yeah, because a lot of people get in relationships and, in the front, you're going and doing trips and doing dates and going to do 15,000 things in a week to be fun. He was like, but marriage isn't like that. He was like, there gonna be days when you doing nothing at all. Can you still tolerate each other? So, or are all the distractions necessary?
That's something to think about, y'all. Leslie Ruth says, I need the man to set the tone. I'm already going to express how I want to be treated and loved based on my love languages. I just need to know I'm desired in order for me to be present and truly engaged in the relationship. I kind of like that, though. I'm going to put that on the back of my book. So, Leslie, you hear that, though? Okay. We got a few more, but I want to move on to the last one. We only hit 2 topics. You see, you get one big old topic and it just explodes. You see that, don't you? Sonia Neal says, I feel like the woman is being chased. Nothing is wrong with women doing a bit of chasing, but I would like a man that knows how to make plans, cook, and protect with the respect of his woman in mind. A woman will reciprocate from what is given to her. Okay. Oh, Brother Ronald, we've been waiting on you, brother. It is very possible to have a 50-50 relationship, but people have to put in the work to do it and not to try to become the Indian chief, so to speak. Yes, I agree, Brother Ron. I agree. Get these right here because y'all on fire today. No 2 people will agree on everything all the time. That's true. And that's okay. That's because y'all have a spat or a disagreement. That doesn't mean the relationship is over with. You know, you have to deal with all 4 seasons of the relationship. You know, it's going to be some time you're not going to like each other. And then y'all make up. But anyway, D-Child says, I agree with you, Tiffany. You both need to balance each other out. No day is ever the same as long as you pick each other up. Okay, and Josette said, Tiffany, I love you. You are so wise. How old are you? You glow, girl. See, that's a good compliment right there. So
38 and proud of it. Yes,
okay.
38.
Okay, folk. Wait, are you dating anyone?
Who?
You.
Marcus, I think that was to you.
No, I'm trying to get.
She talked about you. He talked about you, Tiffany.
I think he was asking you.
Folks,
he didn't point.
She's a good catch, y'all. So I'm just saying. Okay.
I'm not able to be caught right now, but we can. I appreciate you, though, Mike. I appreciate you.
Leslie says, I hope.
Happy about this.
Oh, okay. Leslie says, I hope y'all not out there measuring relationships. If you are, have a seat. You're not ready for a grown-up relationship. Be blessed. Wait a minute now. Check out what David says, though. If I chase a woman, then she gonna think that I'm being obsessed. If I'm interested in a woman, I want reciprocation on her part, or it won't work. Well, I mean, David, I know you know this. We're not talking about literally running after her with a billy club and a net saying, come here. No. I mean, you got to know to pick up on the nonverbal languages. If she don't want you, just move on. That's the best I can say right there. But
plain and simple.
Yeah. Wait a minute now.
But I think Chase, I think when we use the term chase, it's maybe misconstrued just a little bit. Because I mean, we like to be pursued, but like you said, don't run me down, don't stalk me. But you know, it's okay to, make a little effort. Like there's nothing wrong with it.
Liz, I do understand that the man should have the final thought. He is responsible for the provision, safety, and leadership of the household. Husband and wife come to agreement, but the burden of it all usually falls on the man's shoulder. Okay. And wait a minute. Reginald says, since this is a Christian group, the man needs to be talking to God, then talking to his wife, because bottom line, God did give the commandment that, to the woman, but to the man. Therefore, whatever move is made, God will hold that man to account. Jenna says, right, you may be getting on my nerves that day, but because I remember you, my friend, we can chill. Okay.
Bingo.
Okay. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
think, and I get this one from Ronald. You know, in order for any man to become a good leader, he must also be a good listener. Without the skills to listen, we will never accept the help from the wife that he was given to God. Okay, that's a good one right there. That's a good one right there.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But now, guess what, folks? We can go to the last topic for the night, though. It's gonna be pretty brief, though. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to be lighthearted too, because
Yeah.
the other stuff we will not have time to treat it. So the Lord willing, we treat it the next week. Okay, here it go. Here it go. Right here. The anti-bucket list. What is something you'll never do again? The anti-bucket list. What is something you would never do again? Who's gonna tackle that?
I will tackle that one, Brother Mike, if you don't mind.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Come on, Mike.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh man, it's pretty simple. The one thing that I will never ever, and let me say like the movie Friday with Chris Tucker, ever not consult myself and making a rash decision ever again. That's the one thing I really don't want to do, because like I touched up on my last relationship, I didn't even consult God without even having my radar go off. I know it's supposed to be lighthearted, but hey, that's the number one part of my bucket list that I refuse to do ever again. Because if I didn't have my radar on, who knows what would happen.
Okay.
That's the one thing I'll never do. Go into another bad relationship again.
Okay. Well, Tiffany, do you have a anti like grits of it? Anything like that? I mean, what do you?
It's gonna be a food item, okay?
Go ahead.
And you know the country girl in me. I will never, ever, ever be near anybody that's cooking a pot of chitlins again in my life.
Ew.
I love chitlins.
That's nasty stuff.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh man.
My daddy cooked it one day. My mama cleared the house. She said, "We go into the store, and when I come back, they need to be gone." That or eat deer meat. I'll never eat deer meat again. That was
hold up. Venison. Was it the nastiness or was it just too tough? Because that stuff could be real chewy.
The aftertaste was disgusting.
No, yes. Not unless somebody knows how to clean it out really good.
Tiffany said, Sasha said, I feel you, Tiff. Okay.
Come on now. You're a country girl. I'm also a bit of a country guy, but I also have city roots anyway. But the country part in me had deer meat before. Right. And it don't taste that bad to me.
And I have to agree with Andrea. She said venison has to be bled correctly.
Exactly what I was saying.
So I think they might have gave you a bad batch, because venison is pretty good. It's expensive. But you know what? Fun fact, in the state of Alabama, stores are not allowed to sell venison. You have to hunt it, or you may do a private transaction, but you cannot go to a shopping establishment to buy venison. So all that was for free. So
well, I don't know if it's a law around here, but it's quite a lot of backcountry roads where you can pick up all of these local products.
Exactly.
Hold on, and never even speak to anybody. It's quite a few things along the way home.
Wait, let's check this out. I know it's just like a transaction
Well,
down here in
Yeah.
Alabama. Karen Jones says, "Go out with someone without chatting on video first." Of
Oh,
course,
that'd
I
be
agree
Of
100%, Karen. 100%, girl.
and that's
100.
the biggest percentage that person could be the catfish.
okay. Never ever shacking up again. I hear you, Sherry. No more kids. Kirsten
She
said,
said
I
it
agree.
grows in your mouth.
Oh, wait a
No,
minute.
Bambi just hanging out.
Wait,
Bambi and the
y'all,
rest of the family just start showing up.
this will be the last. I think this be, we still listen to what D Giles says. I would never ever bungee jump ever again.
D, I would never, ever, ever bungee jump the first time.
And look, and
That's
she's
the
back.
story I got to hear.
And Sheena says true. She's agreeing with me about the venison. But well, folks, it was a good one. We out of time. Are out of good time tonight, though. I enjoyed it, and Marcus and Tiffany, I enjoyed y'all. We had a blast tonight, though. So coming up next, in about 1/2 hour, we will have our after party. It will be a Zoom link. You will see the graphic that you're looking at right now. It will be posted in SBC and SBC. Well, some of y'all don't know these initials. Single Black Christians Group and Single Black Christian Connections Group. Okay,
Yes.
so look for that, though. And we have a good time. This past Saturday was, wow, it was off the chain,
Yes.
though. Okay.
Absolutely.
The Dead Saturday Night Social. It's pretty much the Saturday night version of the after party, just a little wilder, and we're going a little longer, and we have a great time there. So just make sure you come out and join us. We have a great time. We do some good eating. And next week, Lord willing, we'll start all over again with Tuesday Talk, another episode. We didn't cover all topics tonight, but guess what? Lord willing, we'll tackle them next Tuesday, though. So it's going to be hot, though. So, folks, Tiffany and Marcus, I don't know what did happen. Maybe I missed it, though. Okay, but thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. It was great. We had a good time. And I'm talking long so I can find the outro. So we had a great time. So thank y'all so much. And that's it, though. So y'all, we see y'all later. We see you at the after party. Bye-bye.
All right, come to the after party, guys.
Oh, I feel for my brother. Feel for my brother. You know, a lot of my brothers are dead and gone, but they've been hanging on the block a little too long. What can I say? I hope they live to see a brighter day. And the ones that are doing fine, God bless you, 'cause you're doing fine. At the end of the day, don't forget about me. As days turn to weeks, and weeks turn to years, oh, I feel for my brother. And as time passes by, I see you're not satisfied. Oh, I feel for my brother. Feel for my brother. The street life used to be on, straight up hustling till the break of dawn. Taught me how to do wrong right, everything is tight. But somehow things started to change. Try to get us straight up out of the game. You couldn't see what I saw. The empire was starting to fall, and everything that I said never seemed to get into your head. I tried to do the right thing.